This week in Jamaica Now, Jamaicans to dig deeper. The finance minister announces $16.7 billion increase in taxes. What's happening at the Office of the Public Defender? JADCO concedes that its systems are weak after the Court of Arbitration for Sport cites deplorable mistakes in the VCB case. And police probe death threats against journalists for Vibes cartel coverage. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Reach anyone, anywhere in the world with the Gleaner Online. Rich media, interactive banner ads, dynamic page wraps. With over 319,000 video views per month, place your video ad online and target select countries, states, and even cities. Increase, target, track.
I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. Businesses are now assessing their costs as they prepare to impose new tax measures announced by the Finance Minister, Dr. Peter Phillips, on Thursday. Phillips announced that the government will be seeking to raise $6.7 billion in additional taxes this fiscal year to help finance the $539.3 billion budget he tabled 2 weeks ago.
We took the decision to regain the respect and trust of the international financial community. We took the decision to reform the public bureaucracy in order to create a more business-friendly environment for investors and improve efficiency, with which we provide services to our fellow Jamaicans. Above all, we took the decision to begin living within our means. These decisions were backed up by the sacrifices of our pensioners, our bondholders, our public servants, and Jamaican families that have had to learn to stretch each dollar to make ends meet.
And Dr. Phillips has addressed the issue of the decline in the value of the Jamaican dollar, calling for honesty in the debate. The Jamaican dollar has declined by 10.8% over the past year. According to Dr. Phillips, much of the arguments about the decline in the exchange rate is designed to spread confusion and apathy. The acting public defender, Matunda Makulu, has revealed that in 6 years, the office has closed less than a quarter of the cases reported by Jamaicans seeking justice. In a soon-to-be-published edition of the Gleaner Online's Current Affairs program, On the Record, Mr. Makulu said from 2007 to 2013, 5,376 cases were opened. But he says only 1,937 were closed. According to Mr. Makulu, the majority of the cases related to pension issues and claims against the security forces.
The public certainly has, I would say, justifiable reasons not to have been totally pleased with the service that we have rendered over the last 4 or so years. But my job and the job of the team that I am presently leading is to restore that faith. And that will take some time, but as I said earlier, the starting point is to ensure that the new cases that we have, that the persons are given timely updates.
And human rights lobbyist Lloyd Diaglia wants retired public defender Earl Witter to be called to account for his leadership of the office. Mr. Witter, who was sworn into office on September 13, 2006, retired on April 4. According to Mr. Diagla, the revelation about the caseload confirms that Mr. Witter was inefficient.
Mishandling of the Tivoli Gardens matter is really a disgrace in my opinion. He has been all over the map, so it is not surprising that the statistics are showing that there wasn't much happening under his administration. He wasn't forthright, he wasn't decisive, he didn't use the powers that are vested in him, and so I think all Jamaica are happy to see the back of Mr. Witter.
The Chief Justice Zaila McCalla last week appealed for more magistrates to exercise discretion and give reasons for their decisions to uphold no-case submissions. Her appeal came only weeks after senior resident magistrate Judith Pusey threw out the corruption case against former Junior Energy Minister Curran Spencer and his former personal assistant Colleen Wright. Under the law, magistrates are not required to state the reason for upholding a no-case submission. But the opposition spokesman on justice, Senator Alexander Williams, says he hopes all magistrates will act on the appeal of the Chief Justice.
I certainly welcome the Chief Justice's statement on the matter of judges generally giving reasons where appropriate, and it is the case that not in all instances is there a requirement, but certainly in respect of matters that attract general public importance. So I find that her comments are both timely and measured.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, has conceded that some procedures carried out in the sample collection process for Olympian Veronica Campbell-Brown were below standard. JADCO made the admission a day after the Court of Arbitration for Sports said it cleared Campbell-Brown of doping because of deplorable mistakes by Jamaican athletics and anti-doping officials in the collection of her first partial sample. The sport's highest appeals body says the errors could have led to the sample being contaminated by water or sweat containing a banned substance. Meanwhile, JADCO says it's restructuring its commission and that it continues to refine and upgrade the operational procedures to remove any weaknesses. It also says it has received a 65% increase in its budget this year to help in the reformation. The police have intensified their probe into reports of threats made against two journalists in relation to their coverage of the Vybz Kartel murder case. The Jamaica Observer's crime reporter Carol Walker and Abka Fitz-Henley of Nationwide News Network have reported that their lives have been threatened. Following the reports, Vybz Kartel issued a statement appealing to the perpetrators to stop. Kartel said the threats were not helping his case. He also said he had placed faith in his pending appeal. His lawyers on Wednesday filed the appeal against the conviction and sentence. West Kingston Member of Parliament Desmond McKenzie says he's leaving it to the authorities to determine if there is need to adjust his security arrangements. Last week, Mr. McKenzie's two bodyguards escaped injuries after two men armed with guns opened fire on them while Mr. McKenzie was leaving a funeral home at the intersection of North and Oxford Streets in downtown Kingston. Mr. McKenzie says he has no idea what motivated the attack or if he was the target.
I don't want to speculate. Earlier on I felt a sense of hopelessness, but on reflection I don't want to jump to that conclusion, although it was my personal security detail that came on the attack. It could be deemed that an attack against my security detail could be deemed as an attack on me, but I do not want to go that route. I will await the outcome of whatever investigations.
One of the alleged gunmen was shot. He remains in police custody while the manhunt is on to find his crony. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune into Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and as we go, reactions to the announcement to tax all alcoholic beverages at the same rate.
It's from the taxes that go up on the liquor now, you have to go cut down with all liquor drinking. If you used to drink 3, you drink 2. You see me I deal it, so I straight have to go. All right? Well, I will stop drinking. So they won't collect no tax off I.
But them still I go raise it same way upon us, you know. But the pay, yet the wages freeze.
If them increase this, but stop drink this, and start drink that big one there. I mean, them rum bar, done the bar never far. So who can afford it? Leave it alone.